Hello, my friends. Sunday evening, 27 of March, and I was watching Oscars, so it's very late. It's 11 o'clock, and tomorrow I'm working. But it was worth it. There was nice nominations, and I was so happy that the movie Dakota or not, whatever like it's Dakota or close the name, won the Oscars for, and it is a movie about people who can't be heard. They are speaking with the hands, and looks like very interesting movie. So we will be probably seeing them. And there was an incident. Will Smith went on the stage and punched a guy. And so, yeah, Chris Rock got a punch because he was making some joke about Smith's wife, that she was cutting her hair short, and she has to because she has a hair problem. So I understand, Will. I'm not really for the violent, but he didn't have too much time, and probably instinct was stronger. And then he won an Oscar as a best actor. And it's for entertainment only, so I will be kind of not taking responsibilities. So I just want to answer questions that came to the comment section. And Lee Rose is asking, do you think that Putin bought a robot of himself from China, and that he is the one on the rally, or crazy idea? No, not a crazy idea. Actually, I like that idea. It's not that I had the vision, but I can tell you, I visualized this, that he took that robot, he fell in love with the robot that looks like him, to the point he was so infatuated that he took that robot to his bed, and he doesn't need anyone else. So we can only imagine how much in love he is. No, he didn't use the robot on the rally, it was him. And my intuition is telling me that gold will go down in prices. Russia has a lot of gold. So it was common knowledge that Polish people were going to Russia to buy gold. Even my husband went with his parents to visit the family. His mother was born in Belarus. She was Polish because that part was Polish, and so they had the family there. They went to visit them. Only once he went there, and he got 2 wedding rings, perfect for me. And 3 days later we met again and we started dating. So it was meant to be somehow. So the gold was much cheaper, and that way I think Putin will balance the ruble. And China will be buying like crazy probably, because they want to have gold. They are buying already from whatever country they can buy it. Love Light. Can you, could world avoid the greatest catastrophe? I think she meant the nuclear. I see a mud river, like just mud coming. So I think no, some idiot will push the button. Sooner or later there will be someone who will be control freak or crazy enough to do it, and destroying other countries, but at the same time destroying the environment all over the world. So I will pull 3 cards. I want to be wrong. But we are already living in that stress, thinking that something like this can happen. Eight of Swords. Beginning of that disaster. Putin was already blackmail us. And magic. Maybe by magic nothing will happen on our lifetimes or our grandchildren's, but life was good for so long. Manisha Levis. And you wrote the same I wrote the same question 2 times. What is China up to in Salomon Island? China is going to be they are already making some connections behind the scene, so there was some draft shown that they are making arrangements with Salomon Islands and eventually they will occupy them. So and we have to be prepared for that. They will get out of the cave. They are still sitting quietly, Chinese people. They will show us how strong they are and how dysfunctional they are, dysfunctional family. They want to take advantage. We are in Canada, and I'm afraid that they might wanted to have our land. There is not that big population, and they might wanted to take advantage of us, of Australia, but they will start from other countries. So be prepared that if they will start, then we will be without many products. We will be living like in 1800s. Doing everything from scratches on our own land, no makeups, no hair, nothing, no clothes. We will have to, well, we have so much, but everything will have to be produced again in USA and in Canada and in other countries because they will show us. You can't open your mouth what we are doing. And they don't want us to make any. Oh boy. And China is on Russia's side, so we have to be worried about that. Cheryl, my girlfriend, will Gini Thomas be held accountable and charged for her actions? She will be found as an enemy of the Constitution because what she was doing, it was disaster, and she will be found as enemy of the Constitution. I saw her, I said in the previous video, I'm seeing her eating dirt. When I read that question, I saw her spitting the dirt. So I think she was, and I have the feeling that Biden's people will be pushing her husband, Thomas, Judge Thomas, to resign. There will be a lot of problems with that. If they do this on right time, that would be great, so they can replace him with someone else. And they have to impeach him, but that lasts forever, and he will never be impeached by the GOP. So it will be just big fuss, but that's not the best way. It will be best way if they can sabotage him somehow and make him to quit. But will she be held accountable? Because that was the question. They are thinking about that. They are making the decision, and they want to do it, both of them, because they are the partners in that crime, lovers, and so they want to have two of them on the same time. That will be better. And AV is asking, how many judges will Biden get into the Supreme Court during his term as president? And this is the first one that is going through, and it will go through, but now it will be he will, and I saw him unwiring fence made out of wires, so it takes a time to do. It's hardly possible to unwire it, but I see him unwiring the wires. So if he's lucky, he might get rid of Kavanaugh and Judge Thomas, and that will be great. He has not too much time till the end of till November, because he has to make sure that he has House and Senate. Right now he is lucky, but he kind of slips on it. He didn't do any progress about Kavanaugh so far. It should be already on the plate. I'm watching my timer because the last time my video got cut and my prayers went off, and the remedies, some of the remedies. Eva H., do you have to worry about travel restrictions in Canada in April 4? And I know in Alberta we have a lot of cases of crown bug. Whoever is new, that's a COVID. And they are not even testing us. No one is making any statistic or anything like that. We are not wearing masks. But the sewer system is showing that there is a huge amount of people who are sick. Tracy and Roman, they didn't notify anyone. They just went through it, and now they are fine. Apparently, they told me that. So, it is that it's not as serious as it was. So would be any restriction be taken against traveling. They will be traveling up and down all the time. So it's not the last COVID. There will be more. There will be cutting on some restriction and letting them go, not full job. And people will be still working, and I don't think that will be the major problem right now, unless that there is a new COVID that is worse than the last, it will be like Delta, and that will be devastating. But right now, people are sick, and then it's like dogs, they get rid of it, and they are fine. Irene Siembora, I thought that Kim Jong-un was dead. Is it him or his sister? And when I was reading that question first, I got a pain in the head. I think he had a stroke, and he was in a coma for a while, because that was a long time ago that I was visualizing two women around him watching over him. So he was probably in coma. He lost weight because he was not spoiling himself, stuffing himself as much. So I think it is him now. He is slimmer and surprised. Oh. But he changed. People, after getting out of coma, they are changed. And he is still sick. It's not that he is completely healthy. The Four of Swords laying in the bed. I went in a coma. I think I'm more mild than I was before. My brother was always telling me that I will read, because I was not that easy to be around sometimes, especially with boys. So he said, one day you will hit the rock And that's kind of with my husband. I'm more mild than I was many years ago. AV, do you see Biden being one-term president? And when I closed my eyes, I saw him walking through the beach to the ocean. So he can't walk through the ocean. I'm worried that something might stop him. He is living hectic life right now, so much on his plate. So he will, you see that guy has a headache, he has something on his head. He will feel like he wants to be outsider because the journey will be so hard on him. Six of Swords and the Empire. He is still Empire. Maybe he will be trying to be the next presidency, but I don't see him being full next presidency for sure. So he will be, if he is lucky, to be going again. But I saw the beach, how far he can go into the ocean. AV again. Thank you, AV. So many questions. Will Merrick Garland ever indict Trump? He's thinking about this and thinking, and he wants to have avalanche of all the evidence, and then he will go for indicting him. But he needs to have a pile. Yeah, he is worried that guy can slip between his fingers. So he is not ready yet and crying. He wants to be completely sure, completely secure, king of security. And Knight of Swords. When he is ready, he will put a battle. The dragon is here and he is on the white horse. He wants to be ready to get for the battle. Julie, I hope I'm not going to be disconnected with you guys. Julie Worcester. She lives in mountains area in North Montana. She's worried about forest fires. What do you see? Yes, last year the summer was so extremely hot, not the first summer because we are having in BC, we are north from Montana. Not we, but BC, next province from mine. And there is so many fires that the last year was horrific, and in California as well. So it looks like Oregon and Montana. But I didn't see this coming here. I saw people camping with a dog. Excuse me. So I hope that will show us that it wouldn't be as bad. Max, will the huge statue of Archangel Michael on Freedom Square in Ukraine be safe? I don't think any Russian will try to destroy this unless there is someone who is crazy and he will do that. Otherwise, I don't think anyone will try to with consciousness touch that. So I hope it will be safe. But I saw 3 drunken guys. So that's the only way that some idiot will do it. Some crazy idiot like this. The cow is jumping over his head. Otherwise, it will be safe and secure, queen of security. They will look for other places to hit, but this one, there is a little angel here. I think they will think the grass is greener with him, that he is more on the safe side. No one wants to destroy angels. Everyone kind of even the worst person doesn't want to fight with angels. And the Archangel Michael is the patron of Kiev. Judy Gravelle, will there be a peace? And eventually, yes. I saw a white flag all over the country, like, symbol of laying white flag, which will be a symbol of peace. But to rebuild that country, it will take at least 20 years. I remember when we were Polish people, we were rebuilding that palace, that castle that Biden was giving the beautiful speech on Saturday. Oh gosh, it was the best I ever heard him. He had so much charisma. Like something woke up with him, and they are criticizing him for the last 6 words that he said at the end. He said what he thought, and maybe he will give someone ideas. I bet a lot of oligarchs are thinking about this, and generals in Russia. So I think there will be a peace, and that palace was completely destroyed. And when you are going inside after it was rebuilt, you couldn't believe it. And there was pictures of every room before you enter, before the war, after the war, and you can see later how it looks, how beautiful job they did, and it was reconstruction, show it. So everything is possible to rebuild, but it takes time and money. So will there be a peace? Symbol of moon. Quite a few moons will have to go, but moon always give us some kind of peacefulness, some spirituality, calmness, quietness, yes, isolation. But again, here, hermit is symbol of someone who is living in a peace with the world. The war has to be finished, and Ukraine will stand up and be strong and independent. Okay, Levis Parnas is going to jail, and he pleaded guilty. So apparently he will go from 5 to 15 years, but it's apparently because his friend Igor Fruman is already in jail since January 21st this year, and he got only 1 year. Parnas was the one who was all over the news as he was speaking with Rachel Maddow and saying a lot of things. So hopefully he might not got as much as Igor Fruman. Who knows? But we can only hope that he wouldn't. Okay, I'm just watching all the time if I'm still recording. And if someone has rheumatic pains, this is supposed to be a great idea. You will need 7 to 10 bay leaves and crush them. 2 or 3 pieces of rosemary. So you will take just the needles and put them in the bigger pot, because you need to put 1 cup of oil, but you don't want the fire to reach, so you have to put a little bit much taller pot, and cook this for about 30 minutes on a small heat. The best is to have 2 pots, one with water and the other on top, so it's not too hot. And mix once in a while, so crunch the bay leaves and the rosemary. And when it's done, that mixture of olive oil, drain, and you can put this on the places where you have pain. Apparently that's a great idea for rheumatic pains. And Max is asking, I'm still on, is asking, what is remedy for pink eye? Yeah. From my home, I never got very much of the pink eye because I will use the gold ring, not silver gold, and I will be moving when it's itchy, because at the beginning it's always that itchiness. So you just move this, but it has to be gold. And that's the reason we are laughing. It's good for the guy to be married so that he wouldn't have a pink eye. He might have a bruise eye. That's a different story from his wife. Just kidding. But, it's good to have that, to do it. But another thing is chamomile tea. You put the two tea bags in the pot. Put the hot water. Because it is the boiling water that you are pouring, but bring this to the temperature like 90. So it's not cooking, but it's very warm for 1 minute. Take off and then wait until it will be enough to the touch. Put it on your eyes and lay down for 15 minutes. It will remove the swollenness and itchiness and so on. You can drink the rest of the tea. It's wonderful. So for inside and for outside. Okay. And now I want to pray. I know in the last video I was praying for someone who had a heart attack on Monday. Sorry, I was looking for that name and couldn't find it. So hopefully this video is not going to stop. So I want to pray for that person. I promise that I will do it. And I want to pray for peace in the world, peace in Ukraine, peace for those families who left and the ones who are staying. And 100,000 Russians left. They are as well running from the country because they don't want to belong to that country. So we have to pray for the peace and praying for the soldiers, Russian soldiers, that they will rebel to their own generals. They lost apparently 6 or 7 of them. I never lost any shoe, but it is so. And they lost 15,000 soldiers, so we want to pray that the ones who are staying will not fight too hard, and they will be letting Putin know that he is on the wrong side of the battle. And we have to pray for goodness in people, that everyone would like to help others, not to destroy them, that we all are one big united family of good people, and we can see how many wonderful people are all over the world helping Ukrainians. So we can only hope that that will be the case as well. Love each other, stay positive, be good, give love instead of hate. I love you guys. See you next time.